It's a matchup in the AFC West between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go one more.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. To try again after the sack, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. $23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it here with Gordon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Kizer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's third down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
When Zach Brown's name comes up, I only think of one thing, and that's speed. His ability to elude blocks, run down ball carriers, chase quarterbacks. He does it all. In fact, I believe he still holds a record at the University of North Carolina for the indoor 60-meter dash. How about that for a linebacker now playing in the NFL?
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Gordon. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 23 carries, 74 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Kizer from the gun on 3rd. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Frank Clark in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Davis. And they work this out past the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, Mahomes steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Ballage. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Motion. Yellow.
Mahomes now on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Mahomes now to throw. Buying time to his left. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 21.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Another try after the 1st down sack. Kaiser, Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike, check, 59.
from midfield. Here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Hey, 43. Check 59, Mike. Charlie. Mike to 59.
Mahomes now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 57. Go. You don't want it. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, 43, 15. Check 15.
Now it's Mahomes again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my Apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Kaiser. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Here we go.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Ballage. He takes this for about 6, down inside the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 39, Mahomes forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Now here's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Mahomes now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. Mahomes on target here to Hardman. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. An 11-yard touchdown. Now the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Fighting through. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You
don't deserve anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Kaiser nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And here he's got Grant. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Delta. 59. Attack. You better break. Right side.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Banjo. Hey, Mike 52.
They'll run here with Balaj. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run it with Balaj. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Oh, you got deep? Mike.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. 3rd and long for Kaiser, and he's going to go down again. Frank Clark in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Kaiser now, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Kaiser, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting this sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. I don't need to. 59, Mike. Check. 59. Hey, bravo. Pick it up, G.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes buying time to his left. This is caught inside the 15. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. This one caught by Davis. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
It's Coleman here. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7th. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know
in trouble, and the ball's up, and it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Yellow. I'm going to run you over. Yellow. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Mahomes now to throw. Being chased out left. And finding Davis here, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
We want it. Come to my world. 59's Mike. 59's
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up.